Hey guys, this is the East Coast Economic Update for May the 14th, 2009. After a long day of work, I can't remember my own name. Just want to cover some information that, of course, I'm going to have over here. And basically, also it's going to be sort of channel news. So we'll see how it goes. First of all, I watched Travis's video about, is the depression here and all that stuff. And I've seen a couple other people, Carmen from the Cassandra Review, pointing out stuff such as rabbit holes. Three things I want you to constantly remember during this 60 to 90 day period. First of all, the bond markets are still rising. Regardless of what's happening in the Dow Jones, because don't forget, every time, like for example, GM got yanked and got replaced by something else, they keep on changing the rules midway through. So it's really not a good indicator. Besides, it's a misnomer now that the Dow Jones is not industrial averages. It's whatever stock is running high. Microsoft, for example, even though it's on the NASDAQ, it's listed on the NASDAQ, is in the Dow 30. Second, credit cards, credit companies, credit in general are being limited or eliminated in such a way that even as of January the 1st of this year, or the first 3 months of this year, most credit card companies have increased their credit card interest rates by a whole percentage. Last year they increased it by about either a percentage or 2 percentages. And companies like American Express are now offering wider arrangements of people who have been late on their payments to wipe out their credit cards, and they will pay them $300 to close their account. If this is something where LIBOR and all this other stuff is dropping, the VIX is dropping in the sense that apparently credit markets are loosening up, horse buckies. Like I said a couple of videos back, don't listen to what they're saying, watch what they're doing. That is the true indication of what's going on. Thirdly, which is a joint, 2 out of the 3 major car makers are either in bankruptcy, in the process of bankruptcy and restructuring their situation, or are trying to be bought by another company. The last vestiges of our industrial economy are dying. That last vestige, of course, is the automotive industry. Most of the cars have been made overseas. Now, apparently, cars are going to be made overseas by 100%. Today, of course, Chrysler handed out pink slips to 789 dealerships across the country. Some of these dealerships have been in business as long as Chrysler's been in business. So, obviously, loyalty has no backing behind it. And of course, unemployment. I'm going to list something on Bloomberg today. Of course, the stock market went up because it was not as high. The unemployment rate was not as high, but suddenly now adjustments are being made and they're being added onto May's numbers. And there's been a huge jump. Surprisingly, no one noticed. So, obviously, it's a bunch of malarkey. So, Travis, you're a business owner, I'm a business owner, we're all sitting on a hot seat praying that, some kind of miracle will happen. Even though I'm giving these economic updates, I'm still a businessman. I want people to buy shoes. I want people to come in. I want people to continue to exercise and to be happy. And to keep me employed. This is my mainstay of income. Now, I've lived way below my means, relatively speaking. I don't have a fancy car. I live in an apartment because it's just cheaper than buying a house, even buying a 2-family home and renting one out, because I have friends of mine who have 2 and 3 family homes that are pretty decent people, logical people, not extravagant people. And I have one friend who has 2 out of the 3 rentals. They're unemployed and they can't make their rent. So we're all doing what we can. Reality will set in, and of course fantasy will come cropping its dirty little head on. Why? Because people want to look for the truth. Well, people want to look for a solution, a bottom, and they're going to keep looking for it, and they're going to keep calling it because they want it, and we all do. You know, if you're on the Titanic, you don't want it to be sinking. Of course not. So, Travis, basically what I'm telling you is we're all holding on to our fingernails. Some people are just stupid and are just putting themselves in more debt, kind of like bailing water onto the Titanic or playing music while it goes down. But regardless of whether you're moving the deck chairs around this country or some of us are just trying to hold on and hope that there is a lifeboat for us until we find another ship, keeping with that genre, we just got to hold out, man. Just got to hold out. Now, in other news, just to finish out this 10 minutes, I am going to attach something that's very interesting. Somebody passed it on to me. I don't have cable. I don't have TV. I haven't had signal since 2005 here in the Bronx because they took down the antenna so everybody could have cable, and I just won't pay $100 for something I watch 3 hours at a time. But somebody sent me an attachment to a History Channel special, Life Without People. I want you to watch it. It's a 9-part series, so it's about 90 minutes long. If you want to know what these folks at CFR and the rest and their Georgia Guidestone process, what they're imagining will happen when there are very few or very no people, this is what they want. This is their utopia, their Shangri-La. Watch it. You're going to find it very interesting. It's a little disturbing at points, but it puts out a very important fact of what CFR and the rest of these guys want and why they only want 500 million people on the planet. Finally, I want to thank everyone for their responses to my last video. Theo, my dog, I love very dearly, and I care about him. I cared about him, and I still care about him very much. His remains, his ashes, are up at the homestead, and we've been just unable to bury him in the backyard. Anyway, the property we were looking for that we found was for Theo, and unfortunately, he dropped dead the night before we went to see the property. So, you know, and that's it. And now on to the religious part of this channel. I did get some responses from my Jerusalem Council of Jerusalem 2010. I'm very happy. I'm going to put also here a website, Sons of Abraham, which is a discussion blog, which I and a number of other YouTubers and a number of Ebionites are on. Check it out. Join. I think that's real important. It's free. Just sign up. There are some basic rules, no cursing, that sort of thing. And we'd love to have you there. I have not finished my early church history series only because every time I try to do the part about 70 CE to 150 CE, I go overtime. So I'm trying to see how I'm doing this. If you guys are interested in me doing it, I may, I'm kind of like, not been getting, no one's really commenting too much on it, so I'm not sure if anybody's really interested. I may just turn it into a blog and place it on the Sons of Abraham. So you let me know if you're interested in seeing the remaining 2 to 3 videos that should be made. If not, I'm just going to turn it into a blog. I'm going to type it up and drop it on the Sons of Abraham, and you can review it. That's it. You guys keep the peace, and let's keep all our eyes open. Peace, man. Or, ladies and gentlemen, peace.